Did that intro bit make it sound like the camels died on transit? Like you were going to pop into this video and they were just going to be dead? I was going to have a grave set up for them? Nope, they're alive. They're here. Look at them. Beautiful. Large creatures, these guys. I didn't realize that they're this big. Massive. But I'm so excited. I have them now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode here on the Obsidian Order SMP here in the Kingdom of Mood, baby. It's mud. It's pronounced mud, not mood. Not to be confused with the shop that we have, which is La Mood. Speaking of, I should probably check to see if we have any sales here at La Mood. Not seeing any. Come on, guys. I need your axolotls. That's how you pay in this shop. You give me axolotls for any one of these products. I need you. Don't you want to be beautiful? I mean, especially Bobbert, right? That guy is ugly. But back to the camels at hand. I brought two of these guys back to the base here, and that is because camels are incredibly difficult to find on this server. Here are my chords, okay? I'm at a respectable -2,000, -4,000, nothing too crazy. Here are the chords that I found the camels at. Do you guys see the number there? So not only did I have to travel over 20,000 blocks in total because I couldn't find a desert biome to save my life, I then had to take these guys from the desert biome back over here by hand. And I don't know if you've ever leaded these guys by hand through forests. It's impossible. Honestly, at one point in time, I thought about leaving them in said forest. So since we went through the trouble of bringing these guys over here, I think it's only fitting if we make them a place to live. And to do that, I need to figure out location. I mean, we're not necessarily lacking in the space department here, but I'm thinking, right, if this is going to be a tourist attraction, it should probably be at the entrance of the tourist trap and at the exit of the tourist trap. So every time somebody comes in, they could pick up a camel and then they could drop off the camel over on the exit, or vice versa. If they come through the exit and go through or out the entrance, then you're a heathen. Listen to the rules. It's like walking in the exit at Walmart or Sam's Club or something. You monsters. But at least they'll have options. So I think the first thing we have to do is figure out where the entrance is going to be. So this is my very temporary teleporter situation. So if I wanted to go to the capital, I just press this button and boom, I'm at the capital. And then when I want to go back to the Kingdom of Mud, I press this button. Now, as of right now, this is my teleporting location. I will appear right here. But eventually, I want to have my teleporting location to be the statue itself. So when I press the button, I'll appear right here, okay? So I'm thinking to get down to the Mud Kingdom from the Highlands area here, you'll follow this path to this section of the Highlands, which will then have a cliffside path to get down to the Kingdom of Mud. It's going to be kind of a steep and treacherous path, to be completely honest, but this is not going to be the main path into the Kingdom of Mud, okay? I got other paths planned, but this is just going to be one of the ways to get from the Highlands area down into the city itself. So I think without further ado, what I got to do is I got to chisel away some of this cliffside to make it look, or at least sized up correctly. I'm probably not going to focus on too many details today, but I at least want to get the shape of the cliffside in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of mining, and then I'm going to put a path from right here down over to this section right here and see how that looks in the end. Let's cross our fingers. And there you have it. An official pathway. Nothing fancy. Okay? Nothing fancy at all. And there's reasonings behind why I didn't go into like supports or struts or decorating the rock edge or things like that. It's because I am lazy. No, just kidding. I'm not too incredibly lazy. I want to put a building right here. And I don't know how tall that building is going to be. I haven't planned that far ahead. But I was thinking it might be kind of cool if this path was resting on the building. So I don't want to spend too much time doing a little bit of decoration work underneath the path to make that look pretty. Also, maybe something right here in the rock face. I don't know. Mount Rushmore? Mount Mudmore, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of ideas that are popping into place. But we officially have a pathway going up to the Highlands, which I'm really excited about. And I think, honestly, my server mates are going to be super excited about because, quite frankly, they didn't like jumping into my hole. They were a little bit scared. Ooh, missed a spot. But there's a lot of opportunity for additions into this pathway, which I'm super excited about. Not too happy about this low overhang. Low-hanging bridge here. Make sure you have enough clearance. There we go. We're good to go. But there's a lot of opportunities. For example, here is a viewing platform that if I were just to lower this trap door a little bit here, make it look a little bit better, you can see the whole entire skyline of this city. I am so excited about that. Obviously, we're going to have to work a little bit here to make this a beautiful point of view. And then down here, I also have this little patio so that you can look at the main street, which I think is a cool addition, so I can look out into this main street. Obviously, you can't see too much because the buildings are in the way, but maybe we'll put some quality of life builds here and here to kind of give it a little bit of a pop, if you will. That means that this is one of the official entrances into the Kingdom of Mud. From the Highlands area, obviously, but what we have to do now is give these camels a little bit of homage and put in a nice little kiosk. Now, I was playing around with a couple different designs. I think you're going to like the design that I have here. Cue the second time-lapse of the episode. And by time-lapse, I obviously mean that I'm going to be building this live on camera with you. One, I didn't want to do another time-lapse. We've been time-lapsed out, and you know what I never do? I never really build on camera anymore. It used to be back in the day, that's all you could do. And to be quite frank with you, I am not technologically savvy. So when people said, you should use Remod or Replay Mod or maybe an alt account and you should do time lapses, I was like, who do you think I am? Do you think I could just do that? I don't even know the first step to get that done. Now I'm a little bit smarter, I say. I'm trying to convince myself it takes time. But I've stopped building on camera and I don't really like that. And so I want to take it back a step here and try to build this with you and explain my thought process for this build, right? Because this build actually went through a couple different renditions. I started with this massive Arabic style building, and that turned out to look not too great. It didn't really fit thematically with the rest of the world, which is weird. You would think that an Arabic build would just fit in perfectly, but for some reason I can't even explain it. And the scale of that build was just a little bit outrageous, right? It was a massive building, and what I want this camel business to be is kind of like the Starbucks car rental place that's on every corner of the city. So if I have this massive building, I can't really plop that down everywhere. So then I started looking at kiosk ideas, like just plopping down a small little kiosk, because that's all I really need if you think about it. And I ultimately ended up designing this guy. Obviously, you'll see it in its full fruition when I kill this man. But this build was actually really fun to build in creative first, right? If you don't know, I do have a creative world where I test all my builds there first just to see how it's going to look, and then I ultimately put them in here. And this build just came about by me just placing down random blocks and trusting the plot process. And once again, I think I've said this before, but that's nearly impossible to do in survival. So I'm so glad this season that I made the challenge to myself to build everything in creative first so that I can then bring it over to survival. Because I feel like now I'm working with block palettes that I wouldn't have touched otherwise. Like, honestly, I would have never worked with bamboo because I thought bamboo was the ugliest thing. Now I'm starting to realize I actually like it, man. I like it a lot. It's also a nice and relaxing gameplay experience, too. I got 2 little ones. They're running around in the background. They're screaming all day, every day. And sometimes I just need a little bit of a break. But unfortunately, I can't record Minecraft when these little ones are, you stole this, and why'd you do that, and so on and so forth in the background. So instead, I turn on a little bit of creative mode, and I get some work done planning for the next episode. I feel like I'm being productive. Please tell me I'm doing the right thing. So as weird as this build sounds, like I didn't put a whole lot of work into it, to be completely honest with you. But I love how it turned out. I think this build is just icing on the cake as far as detail goes. Oh, and I'm trying to rush through this so I can show you in its full glory here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Did you know you can do this trick, by the way? I'm really happy that I found that. You just put a pot down, you put a flower pot inside the pot, and then you could place a flower inside the pot that's inside the pot. Isn't that cool? It's just a little bitty decoration. It's nothing like incredibly fancy, but I feel like it adds a lot of personality. And we're just throwing in some final touches here just to bring this build to life. Obviously, a camel stand has to have cactus, or cacti, rather. So we got a couple here just to give a little bit of decoration. And the piece of the resistance are these guys. I want to add, I don't really like Pinocchio. I do like that, though. That's cool. I want to add a little bit, oops. This has got to move out because what I want to do is put paintings on this side as well. I don't know, to make it look like a menu, maybe? I don't think that's what I was trying to do, but I think, or just like posters or something. I don't know. So if I do something like that, how does that look? Yes! See? A little bit of kiosk. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but I think that looks super sick. And then last but definitely not least, we got to go ahead and put the hanging sign here. Oh, I'm going to angle it this way, right? Because if I'm coming down these stairs here, I'm going to want to see what this stand is that's immediately in front of me. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't really like this angle. Yeah, okay. Not incredibly happy with it, but we could put some detail work in there, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like it's just a random chair. No, that's good. I like it. It's just a little bit of detail. And we can, once we decorate the rock and everything, I think we could add some bushes and stuff in there and make that look good too. But what I want this sign to do is basically tell everybody what this is. And obviously, it's a camel to go. You get these camels and you to go it. Yeah, obviously, right? But this, yeah. So you come here, you check out the camel, and then you grab the camel and go. So now we have the kiosk, but now what we need is a hitching post. And as the saying goes, you could lead a camel to water, but you can't force him to drink. Is that the saying? And if so, what does that mean? What's the lesson I'm supposed to get from that? I don't know. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's so cool. I think I should probably fill out this sign too, though. Oh, but it looks, I'm actually really happy with it. Now imagine this, obviously with some more detail in the mountain behind it there, but imagine this, palm trees, right? Like I could have a palm tree over here, make it look like a nice luscious little area. We can make like a little oasis in this little kiosk thing. Guys, I think this turned out beautiful. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. But I have more. I have more plans. First, I gotta figure out how to breed these guys. Can I just... Do I give them cactus? Ooh, I think you do. Can I have a baby camel, please? What do they look like? Are they as cute? I'm sure they're cuter. Are you guys going to make the baby, or do I have to push it here? Let me get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer. Let's try the cactus again. No, the cactus isn't working. What happened? What happened, guys? Can I ask you guys what's happening? What are you doing? I've waited. I see no baby. What exactly is going on here? Can somebody help me? How do I breed these guys? Because I had plans. I had plans today to do something else. But I think we're going to call the episode off here. I think the plans are ruined. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You ruined my plans. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and this Camels to Go kiosk. Put a lot of love and thought into it. And I think it turned out wonderfully. It's small, but I think it's beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. I love you guys to death. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Oh, I have to burp. I'm sorry. Peace.